Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Boxing 365 for our latest episode, where we're taking a look ahead at a card of boxing which is taking place in the UK, up north. And for this one, we've partnered up with um, Job's UK, and we'll be going up to the event, and we'll be watching along. So we'll let you know how we get on with that when we get back. Um, but we're going to be talking through the card. We're going to be talking through the fights. We're going to focus on four main fights predominantly, and then we're going to give a little mention for everybody else on the card as well. So just a shout out to Jobs UK for teaming up with us for this. Matchmaker Dan Francis as well, who has delivered what we think is a very good card of boxing. This is going to be at the Virtue Motors Arena, and that is on August the 1st. So now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, if you don't know, get to know. So, first fight we're going to talk about Bobby Dalton, Ben Crocker for the WBO Intercontinental Welterweight title.
Yeah.
Two fighters we've talked about before. One fighter that we've talked to before.
Yeah. So we're taking off our podcast hats a little bit here. We're not going to pick any predictions. We're going to try and remain unbiased. But brilliant fight for the main event.
Definitely.
The card's got two WBO title fights, which we're going to talk about first and second. What a fight. I think Bobby Dalton's brilliant. Yeah, came unstuck, suffered defeat in his last fight, I think, against Joel Kadua, who, nothing wrong with that. Joel Kadua, talented fighter, tough. Yeah, good. You've then got, on the other side, you've got Ben Crocker, who, again, former IBF European title. First fight up at welterweight. I think former European super lightweight
Yeah, it was
champion.
super light before it.
Again, suffered defeat. No shame in that. Lost to Sean McComb, who's fringe world level.
Yeah, it was maybe a bad game plan, whatever, when he fought Sean McComb. We looked at it and went, this could be an interesting fight. It ended up being, other than that early knockdown that he scored against him, Sean McComb looked pretty comfortable generally, didn't he?
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good fight, and I think, yeah. Do you think these are two fighters are at a similar point in their careers?
I think so, yeah. I mean, you've got Bobby Dalton, who's achieved more on the standard domestic front, so obviously picking up the Northern Area title, the English title.
Yep.
Ben's picked up an international title, obviously in the IBF European, not the official EBU European as we would count it. But yeah, both at that sort of stage, both have got good wins. You'd argue probably Crocker's operated at the higher level. His wins against Papadopoulos twice, and then obviously his performance against McComb, where he dropped him in the first round, I think. So if you had a gun to my head and said, who's operated at the higher level, I'd have to edge towards Ben Crocker. But I think they're at a similar stage in their journeys. I think realistically,
Ben Crocker's had a couple more fights as well.
he has.
He's a little bit ahead of Bobby Dalton on that respect. But
Yeah.
like I say, both picked up a loss. Both probably looking to, well, they'll both be looking to get back to winning ways, getting some momentum going forward. What are they going to do next? I think it's a tough test for Bobby Dalton, but I also think it's a good opportunity for him because I think Ben Crocker is in a position, where he's got to start picking up wins again as well. So that's why I asked. I feel like they're in a similar sort of position. They both want to be picking up wins. They both want to be moving forward and
towards that
trying
British
to,
title level.
Yeah, British title or beyond. Depending how they get on. So I think they're at a similar point. I think that generally makes for a really good competitive clash, and I think we'll see that here. I think you'll see two fighters that want it. They really want it.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think that, despite the fact that if you asked me stylistically who gets the benefit, I would say that stylistically it's going to be harder for Bobby Dalton to get into the fight. The reality of it being, though, is he's got the home crowd behind him.
Yeah.
He's the main event. What an opportunity Jobs have given him here. Absolutely phenomenal. I expect it being a fight of two halves, is how I expect it to go. And I don't know if you agree with that.
No, I
but
can see that.
I expect that Ben's going to have enough freshness early on that as Bobby, he's not a pressure fighter as like a slugger, high guard, I'm going to walk you down repeatedly for no reason. There's more to it than that. But the reality of it is he's going to continually come forward, steadily cut the ring off. Ben will find that his feet are good enough, quick enough to be able to catch him coming in and be able to counter and really pick up early rounds. But then I think as Ben starts to slow, Bobby will find himself coming into the fight. And I think then the crowd, the momentum, that little bit of confidence when you need it, when things get tough and the water gets deep, Bobby Dalton's going to have the crowd behind him.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. And the other thing that worries me slightly, just on that topic, is that Ben's style, unfortunately, he's that style of fighter that because he's constantly waiting for his opponent to commit, whether he commits over that front foot, catch him coming in, or whether he's waiting for him to throw a lazy jab and work over the top. The problem you're going to have is that if your opponent's not throwing a great deal, you can look very static. You can look very, very unproductive, probably, is probably the term. And I do worry that that could be the case here, where Ben finds himself in no man's land, just sort of waiting for Bobby Dalton to do something.
Yeah.
And the reality of that is the activity is going to sit with Bobby, because if he throws a few shots that even if you don't counter, or he just looks more active of the two,
it's going to go
realistically, you could start giving rounds away. So that's where my concern comes in, especially as the fight gets into them sort of deeper rounds.
Should be an interesting fight though, and I think a good main event. I'll be looking forward to seeing how it goes. I think, as you said, we're not going to particularly make any official predictions, but
No.
No, it's going to be a good fight, and like I say, two fighters that really are going to want it. So I mean, I don't know if there's much availability left. If there's tickets there, jump on it.
If you do want tickets, guys, and you don't know any of the fighters on the card, drop us a message. We're not sellers of tickets, but we absolutely we know plenty of the fighters. We know plenty of the guys down at Job's. Let us know. We'll get you guys to the right place to get yourself tickets. This is going to be a phenomenal night of boxing. One of the best fight cards that the Northeast has ever seen, in my opinion.
Yeah, it will be really, really brilliant. We will move on. Cyrus Pattinson, Willy Gilhenny, another vacant WBO European title this time around at welterweight.
Love this fight.
Yeah,
love Cyrus Pattinson.
Yeah. I mean, it fell on difficulty, didn't he, after the Conor Walker fight? Really, retired against Conor Walker, but that was back in 2023 now, so a while ago. That sort of changed the direction, didn't it, quite significantly? But this fight, it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? It's a really good fight. I think you picking up a European title of any kind, it's got to be a good thing.
Yeah,
and I think against a good opponent in Willy Gilhenny as well, who's going to be absolutely game.
Yeah,
interested to see how it goes.
Well, Willy Gilhenny, another fighter coming up to not just make up the numbers, coming up here to take the title, upset the hometown favourite. Cyrus doesn't get the credit he deserves because of that loss to Conor Walker, which thankfully has aged quite well because of the run Conor Walker's obviously been on. But Cyrus, member of Team GB, brilliant Team GB operator, great boxer, doesn't get the credit he deserves because of that loss, and also because of the people he was surrounded by in Team GB. You had some phenomenal talents, came through the ranks with people like Peter McGrail, Ben Whitaker, Pat McCormack, and that is just
to be overshadowed there, isn't it?
Of course it is. What I'm going to be looking for with this fight more than anything is, can Cyrus pop his emotions to one side and fight his fight? And we say it a lot. If he fights his fight, this could be one of those fights where Cyrus Pattinson looks phenomenal.
Yep.
Or he could do what he did against Conor Walker. Do what he did against, his name's gone from my mind. Who was it for Conor Walker?
Not sure.
It's in the notes, but don't worry. It's gone out of my head. But he'll get himself involved in a war for no reason. He'll find himself fighting their fight. He'll find himself standing, trading, getting involved on the inside when he realistically doesn't need to. So I want to see Cyrus use his left hand, step on the outside of the lead foot, look to work behind his quality instead of finding himself in a firefight for absolutely zero bloody reason.
Yeah,
I don't mind. Look, it's great entertainment, and I don't mind him doing it as the fight goes on. Start to break down your opponent, become a bit more methodical with it. I'm hoping we see that maturity piece from Cyrus, where people can really start to appreciate the sort of talent that this kid's got. Because I'm telling you now, if he can get it right, and I'm probably going to get stick for this, if Cyrus Pattinson can get it right, he can compete at world level.
Really?
He's that good. On his game, he is that good.
I think think this fight could be really good. I mean, one thing for me is wondering about Willy Gilhenny and at the weight. I mean, previously he's fought at higher weights, hasn't he? He's super middle and middle.
Yep.
When he won the Welsh titles, Welsh area, and
I think it's both Welsh area
yeah,
in
Welsh,
both weight classes.
yeah, at super middle and at middle. Yeah, that's right. So that could be a bit of an interesting see how he sort of fits in at the weight. Been out for a year or so now, so it's not necessarily a good thing because he's only 6 fights into his career. But it'll be interesting to see how they get on because, again, I think between the two of them, they're going to be two hungry fighters who are going to be wanting to move forward. And again, this makes for, we see it all the time in area titles, English titles. It makes for some of the best fights you can watch, some of the best entertainment you can get because there's nothing better than two men who they've not, there's no, I've been a world champion, so it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Not that most world champions wouldn't feel like that, but what I'm saying is, I need this because I need to
They're
move
still
forward.
climbing the mountain, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to be said for that. So I'm really, again, another one that I'm really looking forward to. I think I'll be looking out for whether that weight makes any substantial difference to the fight. But I'm with you. I think Cyrus Pattinson, especially as an amateur, and he started his career really well. I think he's got a lot to give. But let's just see how Willy Gilhenny comes into it because clearly a talented fighter in his own right, and might just cause a couple of little issues.
Yeah.
Again, if Pattinson's not ready and on his game.
100%
Yeah,
agree. Could not agree more.
absolutely. Right, we'll move on again to Josh Babb and Eric Omar Lopez, which is going to be at super bantamweight, 6 rounds. Josh Babb just 7-0, young guy, 25 years old, and Eric Omar Lopez, who's been around a little bit longer, 32 years old. He's a Mexican.
Live forever, don't they?
Oh,
Yeah. So
terrifying! Strike fear into every man.
do you know what? And I will repeat this on Saturday. Um, Josh Babb is the current English champion after beating Piotr Merga.
Hmm.
One of his better, well, probably his best performance when you think of the title he picked up.
That was at bantamweight, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Josh Babb, not notoriously a puncher. I say not notoriously, he's not a puncher.
Nope.
Lacks elite power, and that's no disrespect. Some fighters do. Everyone that looks at the record of Lopez is going to go, German, easy. German, easy.
For
Well,
context, he's 20 wins, 41 losses, 3 draws.
yeah. Now, in a minute, I'm going to let Dan put a bit of meat on the bones here. But this guy has fought a number of fighters that have gone on to win and compete for world titles, gone close with them. So when he turns up, he turns up. Last year, Mr. Journeyman decided on a couple of occasions, fancied upsetting the apple cart, fancied turning up serious, and beat 4 heavily winning prospects. Between them 4 prospects, they had 1 defeat between them. Stopped 2 of them, beat up the other 2. This guy is a lottery ticket. If he turns up on his game, this guy, I promise you, will cause Josh Babb nightmares. But if Josh Babb is as slick and as good as we think he is, seeing him live once on the Dixon Terry Harper undercard, he could frustrate him, make him miss. He's relatively slow, relatively one-dimensional. But if Josh Babb decides for some weird old reason, I'm going to stand here and try and make a statement with this guy, he's going to be in for a world of pain. This is a very, very, very intriguing fight. Do not let this guy's record fool you. This guy is tough.
Yeah. I think the important thing here is exactly as you said, and as we say quite often, getting a fighter to fight their fight. Josh Babb, I mean, because I think generally because the way he fights, where he's more happy to be in the sort of center ring, and he wants to control the fight himself, control the range, all that sort of stuff. You are at risk of some tough old Mexican coming straight at you,
Yeah.
hell for leather,
Yeah.
and sticking it on you, and maybe having to be forced to go back. But I think, like you said, you put it exactly right. If he's got enough about him, and he's as slick as we believe he is, as smart as we believe he is, then he should be all right. I think this fight is going to be the importance and the difference may come in footwork and movement, really.
100%.
Because if Josh Babb can turn him, get out of the way, make some angles, land good shots. Yes, as you've said, not a puncher. He's not gonna stop you. But if he can get round you and land a good shots, I think that's how it'll pick him apart. But again, there's a lot of risk in a fight like this. In a fighter who is, like you've said, come out to win and upset a few fighters. I think it'll be again another interesting fight. You would hope that with the trajectory that Josh Babb's on, that it's going to be a win for him. Hopefully, 7-0 would be nice, and maybe look at mixing up opponents a little bit. Intriguing. I think again there's a chance. I hope it doesn't for Josh Babb's sake. There's a chance it sort of sets a light and becomes a really tough night. So see what Omar Lopez has got to bring. But yeah, Josh Babb, hopefully with his movement, with his shot selection, should be just fine.
I agree.
Should be just fine. Is this the last one we're talking about?
I don't remember. It's a great card of boxing. We'll just talk about all of them.
The last one we're going to go into in a lot of detail is Owen Rees and Rashid Omar. 6 rounds at super lightweight. So Owen Rees, again, another quite young guy, 26 years old.
Good looking lad.
The Northern Area super lightweight champion. Beat Jordan Ellison over 10 rounds. Previously of Team GB as well. Just needing a good test. Do you think Rashid Omar is a good test?
He's a test.
Yeah.
How good of a test he is at this stage in his career is difficult. Lost his last 5. But he's good. He's solid. He makes it again. He's brilliant for a fighter like Owen Rees because he's going to come forward. He's going to fight. He's there to win, and he'll come forward with the intention of hurting you.
Yeah.
Not a big puncher. But again, he works hard. He'll make you think for every minute of every round. Owen Rees is going to have to use all of his amateur pedigree. He's going to have to use all his boxing brain, all of his IQ, and he's going to have to look to slowly break down someone like a Rashid Omar. Does he stop him? I'd be very, very surprised. And if he does, statement for Owen Rees.
Yeah.
Owen, when I was speaking to him, because I was lucky enough to do a bit of work for Jobs and do a few little interviews on our behalf.
If you've not checked them out, make sure to go and check them out. Some good watchers.
Oh, really good watchers, yeah. Owen Rees said if he's going to have a movie about him, it'd be Adam Sandler that plays him.
Brilliant.
That's why you'll understand. So yeah, it's a test and it's a step in the right direction.
Yep.
And it gives him the platform going into next year, into 2027, to hopefully get some real big fights and start picking up a few belts, whether it be Commonwealth silvers, whether it be Northern Area titles, just to start climbing them domestic rankings, getting himself positioned for, English titles, Commonwealth titles, British titles. Because him and his brother's not fighting on this card, he's on the undercard of Simpson, but him and his brother are very, very talented. Both won national titles, both decorated amateurs, both members of Team GB. Absolutely brilliant.
No reason why they can't shoot for the stars.
100%, 100%. And both nice kids as well.
Yeah.
Both
I think the thing is, exactly as you said, I mean, he's early in his career, he's 8 now. Hopefully he'll pick up another win this weekend. And then, like I say, it's all about that building up, isn't it? And getting into the fights at the right time. And I think coming against a fighter like Omar again, like you say, who's going to come to win, there's that opportunity to just pick up a slightly, maybe a bigger fight next time around where it is something like a title or at least a step towards a title.
Yeah.
And all this is just the good work that's going into that. I'm looking forward to it again. And like you say, you can't not be excited about somebody who's got the kind of amateur background, can you? Because it's very uncommon that an amateur fighter won't come into the pros and give it a good innings.
Yeah, do a bit, yeah.
Yeah, so what we will be looking forward to is how far can he go? How far can his amateur background take him? Will it translate fully into the pros to that top level? And it's just another step, another rung on the ladder, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Hopefully it goes Owen Rees's way.
No, absolutely.
Right. We are going to quickly talk through some of the other fights on the card, though. Again, we're going to mention as many folks as we can. We've got Nathan Comiskey and Leon Entwistle at welterweight for 6 rounds. Should be an entertaining fight, shouldn't it, Tom?
I like it. Yeah, you got 2 fighters winning records. I think one's 7-1-1, one's
Yeah.
4-1-1.
Exactly right. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You've got 2 guys that have suffered losses,
And a draw.
had a draw, had the wins. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. 2 guys that are going to go. Do you know what? Winner stays on. Winner stays on. If I'm better than this guy, maybe I can push it up that domestic ladder again. Maybe I can look to sort of climb the rung. Realistically, it's absolutely bang 50-50. Bang 50-50 fight. You've got pressure versus precision as such, not at the highest level before anyone starts. But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting. Who gets dragged into whose fight and could still fight of the night.
Yeah.
One of them fights where, because they've already had their loss, they've already had a draw. The record now is they're no longer protecting that L. This is just about going and proving you're better than the man in front of you. And for me, this is the fight where the 2 guys there are going to go, do you know what? No belts on the line. There's no way I'm a former British champion. You touched on it earlier. It is just 2 guys who don't care about anything other than proving they're harder, stronger, better than the man in front of them. Absolutely brilliant fight. Really excited about
And
it.
both fighters will believe that they can do it as well, won't they? They'll
100%.
definitely think they've got the beating of the other man. So generally, again, makes for a great fight, doesn't it?
Great fight. Yeah, absolutely. This one will catch light quickly. Would be my estimation.
Brilliant. Sophia Maycroft versus Sydney Chambers. Again, another fighter that you've had the pleasure of speaking with.
Yeah, spent a little bit of time talking to Sophia, and to be honest, just again, guys, go and watch that interview because Sophia is a box of secrets, and there's
box of secrets or surprises.
Everything. Surprises, secrets, the lot. She's brilliant. I think she's phenomenal. She spent 2 years out as an amateur working for the water board. She eventually then decided she wanted to turn pro. She's a decorated amateur, won a number of titles. I'm not going to ruin the interview for you, but there's a member of her family that she's not involved with anymore. There's some real drama. We didn't dig into it too much, but it very nearly got Jeremy Kyle. Then she started saying I just wanted to punch his face in and talking about Parmos and lunch, and just it was one of them chats where you go,
sounds brilliant.
This has no structure, but Sophia is brilliant. It's a second fight. It'll be 6 weeks on from her debut when she fights on Saturday.
Yep.
If you're not going to be there, guys, then support from home. Just drop her a message, let her know you're supporting her because she's a brilliant girl and she's got a great future ahead of her. Yeah, I've absolutely fell in love with Sophia. She's absolutely brilliant. One of the nicest people we've had the pleasure of speaking to. So. No disrespect to everyone else I've spoken to, by the way. It's just Sophia's a bit of a
sounded a bit disrespectful.
It did a little bit, yeah. Sorry, guys. What happened to no bias, eh?
Yeah. Lee Rogers, Miguel Monroy is next as well at super bantamweight. I think I know you've sort of said and mentioned to me maybe that this is a decent fight for him, but maybe after this, Lee Rogers will be looking to step up a little bit more. He's 8 fights into his career now, so he'll be going into his 9th. And really looking, again, another fighter looking to start to build some momentum and starting to go through the years a bit.
I think it's a confidence piece with Lee, another fighter that I had the pleasure of talking to. With Lee, the reason he's not rated as highly as Sophia, in my opinion, is because he disrespected the custard cream. Another part of the interview, if you want to go and check that out, guys, and let him know in the comments that he's a fucking idiot. All right, custard creams are elite, but his selections were quite good. But yeah, he's got all the talent in the world. Just needs to believe in himself a little bit, and that's not me sitting here as a professional psychologist, but I just think, do you know, if he was more confident and went, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna roll the dice. There's guys in and around that domestic level far better than the opponent he's fighting, that Lee would absolutely steamroll. He's a brilliant fighter. He's got all the capability in the world. I've watched some of his clips in training and some of his other fights. He's so talented. Just needs to believe in himself a little bit. But hopefully this Saturday we'll see another great performance from him, another learning fight, opportunity to build some of that confidence, and then going into back end of this year, start of 27, see some developmental fights at a slightly higher level.
Super, sounds good. We've got Josh Blancaran and Billy Dean Goodall at super lightweight.
Brilliant fight.
Yeah.
The narrative of this, by the way, Billy Dean Goodall debut.
Mm.
I have no idea how good Goodall is, how Goodall is, how good at all Goodall is.
That'll do.
Thanks. But he's either exceptional because he's gone.
I'll just go straight into this fight.
This one's all right.
And Josh is no slouch, is he?
No, absolutely not. Beat Robbie Coleman in their first fight before losing in the second time.
Yeah,
Both very
split
close
decision.
fights, which will eventually get ran back, I would imagine, for a third time, which I'm more than happy with. So yeah, it's a weird one. He's either a really unknown quantity that's going to come in and set the world alight, or he's got no future in the sport and he's gone, I'll have one decent fight and see how it gets on, which is what I'd do if I was turning pro. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go. But he has got a bit of amateur pedigree. Competed for Somalia, I believe, as an international.
Right.
Winning silver at the African Championships in 2019 or something like that. Competed as a... No, he didn't. That's someone completely different.
You're just chatting absolute shit about Billy Dean Goodall.
Yeah, he definitely did not compete
I
for
was going to
Somalia.
say,
That was Rashid
I was
Omar.
thinking,
Rashid
hang on
Omar,
a
yeah,
minute.
sorry, I'm mixing my opponents
It's the
up.
heat again.
It's the heat. The heat. It is the heat. And I do everything off memory. People always say to us, "Why do you not have cue cards?" Because I've got a brain. Occasionally,
Not me.
no, me neither. At times, yeah, I might have got it mixed up with Rashid Omar. I think it was him that competed as a Welsh schoolboy. Basically, I have no fucking idea who his opponent is, but I rate like Josh Blencairn, and that's your lot.
I like it.
Tune in.
Then we've got Joe Miller and, oh my God, Elise Quezada. I think I got that right.
I have no idea.
At featherweight.
Joe Miller, again, fighter that's suffered a defeat. Spoke about that. Another fighter I had an interview with.
Yep.
Great chat. Really nice kid. Again, check it out, guys. Spoke about his loss. And to be honest, really mature view on it, which you can go and watch a bit more about. I'm not here to recite the transcript for you. Fast hands, talented fighter. Really good opportunity losing that fight to mature a little bit and just understand exactly what he needed to do going forward. But he spoke about the pressure that's been lifted of no longer feeling like, from a pride point of view, that he's got to protect that. Oh, he's an undefeated fighter. I've lost now. Let's go out. Let's have entertaining fights. Let's throw sort of caution to the wind and let's see what we can achieve.
Yeah, really push on.
Really push on. And I like Joe. I think again, really, really good kid. And again, got good support. Just needs people to continue to get behind him. And if you are wanting tickets, Joe Miller, Sophia Mycroft, Lee, Josh Blencairn, any of these guys, get in touch, get your tickets, support the fighters on these local cards.
100%. And the last two, which we'll go quickly on, is Jake Brown on his debut, only 18 years old, so
Baby.
exciting for him. Fighting Fernando Joaquin Valdez at bantamweight.
Yes.
When he was a amateur for people like Adam Macker, Leighton Birchall, so a couple of good fighters and an amateur. So yeah, interesting to see how Jake Brown gets on in his pro career now, again, his debut. So let's see how he gets on. See how he gets on against Valdez, who's obviously been around it a little while.
Fought Mohamed Saban at the Magna Centre when we were there.
Did he?
He did.
Got good memory.
Sometimes when it fucking suits. Sorry, no swearing on the channel.
Last one, which I think was we weren't so sure of yesterday, but I think has been confirmed now. Declan Kavanagh, his debut. No opponent currently, but looking forward to seeing Kavanagh out. There's some potential there, isn't there? Technically a strong boxer and quite a lot of skill around the ring, composure. So let's see how he gets on.
Cracking card of boxing, top to bottom. You got some real talent on there, showcasing the talent up in the northeast that never really gets the. Again, I'm conscious I don't want to upset every other promoter in the UK, but northeastern Scottish boxers always tend to find themselves being dragged down south, or into the Midlands, which I get. I understand it, but at the same time, you've got enough talent up in that neck of the woods that you can create some real big cards. And obviously, Josh Kelly's now up there, not from Newcastle, from Sunderland. But up in the northeast, and he's going to bring back big nights. And these guys will be looking at Josh Kelly going, "That's me. That's where I want to be." And they'll be looking at him going, when he fights at the Stadium of Light against Sebastian Fundora to unify the world titles, I want to be on that undercard. I want to be there. And these sort of cards from Jobs is what creates that
Yeah.
that dream,
The
that
springboard,
ability.
isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And credit to every single one of them. I'm super excited for every single fight. Just writing about them, you know what it's like. You write about these fighters, and for some, you just find yourself absorbed into their world, and you go, "Shit, I've got another fighter. I'm gonna have to now save on my box rec to
Yeah.
scroll through every other week."
Yeah.
But phenomenal card boxing. Really, really looking forward to it, and
Yeah.
cannot wait for the weekend.
Yeah. Now we're not going to go through our usual segments, as we say, because this is in the event that we've partnered up with Job's UK for. We're not going to be going through and making our predictions or anything like this. This is more of an awareness, more of a talking about the great card that is coming up, and a big thank you to Job's who are going to be getting us to get up there as well to be able to watch it. And stay tuned. We might have some more to tell you about that over the next week or so. So keep your eyes peeled. And we'll see you on the next video.
Or if you're there, up in Newcastle.
Or if you're up in Newcastle, we will see you there. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Go and check out all these fighters as well. And make sure to get in the comments. Let us know who you are going to watch if you are going. But then we will see you on the next video.
Cheers, guys.